Hey everybody, how you doing? Good morning. It's Monday morning. This is not a typical Monday video, as you are well aware, I'm sure, just by seeing this. Lots of reasons why. I had a really busy week this last week, and I just didn't quite get a video out. But I thought this was a good opportunity. It's been a while to just kind of do a channel check-in for those who are interested in that kind of thing. I know probably the vast majority of the viewers on this channel just kind of want to watch the cool science stuff and the fun videos. But I know there's also a lot of people out there that kind of want to follow along and know what's going on with the channel and what's going on with, my life and stuff like that, and what's lying ahead for everything. So figured it'd be a good opportunity to do that. I could do it on a Monday morning and catch the most people that are usually looking for a video and just do a little quick live stream, answer some questions, go on with my day, that kind of thing. We got some people joining. Welcome, everybody. Well, we got South Africa in the house. I saw Italy earlier. Germany. I guess you guys are... It is kind of early still here where I am, so you guys are kind of like halfway through your day there. Glad to have you. Thanks for joining. But yeah, let me just jump right in. So the big thing going on this week I'm going to Vidcon. This will be my third year in a row of going to Vidcon. And I'm pretty excited. The last couple of years I went with my sister, and she's not going this year. So that's going to be kind of a bummer because that's kind of something that we would do together, spend some time. But I noticed an interesting pattern over the last couple of years that's really exciting. The first year that I went, so it was 2017, last year was 2016, before that was 2015. So the first year I went was 2015. And when I went, I had just hit 500 subscribers. And that was just enough to where when I introduced myself and was talking to people, they were kind of like, oh, you have a small following. Good for you, I was like, semi-legitimate. But the next year, 2016, last year, I had just hit 5,000. So I went from 500 to 5,000. And I thought I was some serious swinging, at that point. But anyway, so that was kind of cool. I went from 500 to 5,000. And so this year I'm going back. And I was hoping I could make it to 50,000 because how cool would that be, right? It was like 500, 5,000, 50. Didn't quite make it to 50. I'm probably going to hit 42 while I'm there. But that's still pretty good. But even more interesting or more change-worthy, I guess, is that this year it's sort of kind of a work trip because this is something that I do for a living now. I work with a company that does YouTube full time. This is my job. So the guy that I work for, he's actually speaking at VidCon. He's a speaker, so I'm there with an industry pass, and I'm going to be I'm going to be up there with the big dogs, and it's going to be really fun. And it's just on a personal level, it's exciting to see how things have progressed. It's exciting to kind of be on that other level now, and it's just it's cool that this channel has changed my life in that way. I think back on that every once in a while. I have to kind of stop and realize that not all the, but a lot of the good things in my life that are going on right now are the result of or at least in some part, indirectly at least, of this channel, of me doing this thing, and of course of the support that you guys have given me. I keep going back to that, and I hope I don't come off as insincere because I'm completely sincere. If it wasn't for the support that you guys have shown me, and the encouragement that I've gotten from all of you, I wouldn't have stuck with it all this time. And that's what caused it to grow. And the fact that you guys are out there spreading the word, I'm always hearing in comments, people are like, oh, I share this with coworkers and family and stuff like that. That makes more of a difference than you know. And the fact that you guys have been doing that is the reason why I am where I am right now. So like I always say, a million thank yous to all of you. And I'm just psyched, and I'm looking forward to where, things might go next year. Who knows? Maybe I'll be a speaker next year or be on a panel. You never know. But while I'm there, I don't know. I don't know how many of the viewers of this channel would be going to VidCon, but should anybody actually be going, I wanted to just kind of put that out there that I will be there. It'd be great to do a meetup of some kind if anybody was interested. If you are, just reach out, well, in the comments of this video or in any of the social media places or anything like that. We'll make it happen. There's only one time I've ever been able to do a meetup. It was when I went to New York for the Next Up program. I met a couple of people. I met Maeve and I met Mario, and that was a lot of fun. I don't get to, I mean, I just kind of sit here in my room all the time. This is what I do. So to actually get out there and actually, meet some people in person is pretty awesome. So if you guys are there, you want to do it, reach out. We'll make it work. It'd be cool. So that's the VidCon stuff. I'm going to take a sip of coffee because it's still early for me. Gotta wet my throat. The next thing I wanted to talk about is something that YouTube does, and I'm still kind of getting my head around it myself. But basically, long story short, I've got viewers. It sounds weird to even say it out loud, but I've got viewers all over the world, and I got Italy and South Africa and Germany. I saw just right here on they're watching right now, so that's what I'm talking about. I got people all over the place that are watching, but in YouTube they have translations, they have closed captions, just captions on the bottom of the screen. And long story short, I wanted to reach out and see if anybody would be interested in translating the videos. I'm trying to kind of put a little bit of a team together. I've had some people offer in the past, but I've never quite taken them up on it just because I didn't really have the time or means to kind of manage that. But YouTube does allow for that. It allows for community contributions. It allows for people to get in there and put their own captions in. And I want to start doing that because I know there's people in other parts of the world that don't speak English, and I want to be able to reach out to them as well. And something that I've been doing for my job is a lot of, they call them SRT files. It's uploading, caption files for all around the world. So I'm pretty familiar with how that works now. So I could easily walk somebody through that kind of thing. And anyway, I am trying to gather a team together of people to do this. So if you are interested in that, and I mean, if you speak another language, obviously I want you to be fluent in it, but if you speak another language and you want to contribute translations for any of these videos, whether they're brand new or just if you want to go back through the library and just start doing that, if you have that kind of time, if that's something that sounds interesting to you, then please reach out. I would prefer you reach out on one of the social media places. Obviously, I'm at Answers with Joe on all of them. But if you reach out to me any of those places, I'll get your email. We'll start talking, and I'll figure out how all this is going to work. I could figure out some perks for you guys. I know that I'm working on getting some merch together. I'm doing the wrong hand. You can't see that hand. Yeah, I'm working on getting some merch. So obviously you would get free merch and stuff like that. I might be able to work out so you have Patreon privileges, so you kind of earn your Patreon keep, so to speak. But I'll figure something out. Point is, I want to make sure I get you guys taken care of. It's not totally volunteer, but you'll be a part of a team. You'll get some credit for it and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, if you're interested, reach out on any social media places and we'll work that out. And Brad B just dropped some dough my way. Thank you, sir. Very nice of you. Super chat from Brad B in Canada, the land up north in Canada. It's Canada. I was just being silly. It's Monday morning silliness. Thank you, Brad. That's very nice. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. What else was there? Okay, so I was talking about the community contribution. Okay, so yeah, the podcast. I've only done one. Well, I've only done one of the interviews so far, and that was with Tom from Green Shorts that I did the live stream about last week. Yeah, last week. And anyway, so I'm going to be working on more of those. And I'm putting my feelers out there, and what I would like for you guys to do to sort of help push this thing out is send me some ideas. any creators, any YouTubers that you guys follow that are in the science space, if possible. But I want to make sure, like, don't just run out there and say Vsauce, Veritasium. I can't get those guys. They're way too big for me. I want them to be around 100,000 subscribers or smaller, and they can be smaller than me. I'm fine with that. If they do good content and it's stuff that you guys would be interested in, that other viewers would be interested in, totally cool putting it out there. I don't have to like always get something out of it. It's really more to grow the channel and grow it for you guys and provide stuff for you. So if you have ideas, other creators that you follow that talk about the kind of stuff that we talk about on this channel that you think would be cool for me to get an interview for podcasting and stuff like that, just throw it down in the comments below. I'm really open to reaching out and finding more cool YouTubers that maybe I don't know about right now. And I might meet some at Vidcon, who knows? And by the way, when I'm at Vidcon, I'm not going to be really documenting it here because it's just not really what this channel is for. But I'll be documenting it on social media and stuff like that. But if I'm lucky, I hope that I might run into some people that I could pop on and do a live stream with, people that you guys would recognize. And you run into some really, like I've run into some pretty big name people out there before, so you never know. So anyway, so this next week at VidCon, while I'm there, it's possible I might jump on, do a quick like phone live stream with somebody that you know. But back to what I was talking about anyway. If you have some ideas for podcasts, just drop them down in the comments. And I'm already seeing Isaac Arthur on there. I will have you know, I emailed him yesterday. That's being worked out. So, little spoiler. But people like that. That's a perfect example. Anyway, ideas, I'm up for them. Please share. Thank you so much. What else we got going on? I have something special in mind for when I hit 50,000. Now, the channel growth has slowed a bit recently. I'm not getting smaller. It is definitely still growing, but the growth slowed down. I had a giant boost in like April and May. Like, I had a whole week where I was getting over 1,000 subscribers a day. It was insane. It was ridiculous. But that went away. But anyway, no, I'm pretty sure, barring any horrible disaster, I should be getting to 50,000 in the next 3 months or something like that. And I want to gauge what you guys think of this. I think this could be fun, but I don't know how many of you really would care about this kind of thing. So let me know in the chat and in the comments. If you go back to the very beginning of this channel, you'll see a bunch of videos about this movie that I made that was called Oceanfront Property. And if you ever wondered what, can you see it, what these things are, those are some of the awards that I won for that movie, and they're kind of flat. I still need to pop them up. I'm slow at getting around to things. But anyway, so I had this movie. It was called Oceanfront Property. Made it back, it was about 15 years ago or so now. I starred in it. I wrote it, directed it. I produced it. I catered it. I did all that stuff. Anyway, so it's just kind of out there. It's on Amazon right now if anybody wanted to go watch it. Obviously, I don't promote it very much on this channel because it doesn't really have anything to do with what I do here so much. But it is a big part of what where I came from. It's a big part of where I want to go. I still would like to do films in the future. Long story short, what I'm saying is what I would like to do when I get to 50,000, should you guys be interested in it, you let me know in the comments, is I would like to live stream the film. I would like to do one of these and play the movie, the full movie. It's a feature-length movie. It's hour and a half, hour 45. And I'll be in the chat, the live chat, giving Q&A. I'll be answering questions in a live chat. I'll be giving behind the scenes stories, and it'll be like a director's commentary on a DVD, only it's live and you can ask me questions live. If you're wondering what the movie is about, it's sort of a dramedy. It's about a guy who gets dumped at the altar, and it takes place a year later, he goes to this beach house to kind of get away and deal with his being dumped at the altar. and then his ex shows up with her new husband. So it's kind of like, what would you do if you were stuck on a deserted island with somebody who broke your heart and the guy that she left you for? So there's some drama there. There's some comedy. There's some very cringeworthy moments because it was an indie film, but it turned out okay. I'm pretty proud of it. And if you guys are interested in it, if you guys aren't interested in it, obviously we'll do something else. It doesn't matter. My heart's not broken. But just drop a whatever in the comments and say, yes, that sounds fun. I would like to do that. Or no. And it's still a ways off. Like I said, the channel growth has slowed a little bit. But I think that'd be a fun 50K thing. And just wanted to put that out there. You guys tell me what you think. And with that, I'm kind of jabbering on. I can see people talking in the comments there. Minute Physics. Yeah, again, Minute Physics is way too big. They're like millions of subscribers. I couldn't get them. Real quick, before I jump into the chat and answer a few questions, and I got to get to the gym and work out so I can be the beefcake that you guys all expect me to be. No, I want to call out real quick the new patrons this week. I'm getting a lot of people on Patreon, and I'm so super thankful for that. But I want to call out real quick. So there's Jonathan Melnick, Nibulagy. That's not really a name. It's more of a brand. But anyway, that's what it came up as. Brian Finnick, Ved, Michael Hull, Ajit, Dak Ariante. God, I had this earlier. Aryaratne. Dak Aryaratne. Dak Aryaratne. It's an awesome name. I just wish I could say it better. Frank Thivino and Michael Lewis, and this morning, Jean-Claude Lemen. These are all people that signed up just in this last week on Patreon. And guys, wow. Thank you so much. As always, I'm just thrilled. Thank you for being a part of this. This is amazing. The Patreon is actually growing, and I'm about to start I'm going to have to go in and kind of redo some stuff because it's kind of grown past what I had originally set out to do, which is obviously awesome. But I want to make sure that I'm doing it all right and everybody's getting what they want out of it and everything. So cool. With that, I'm going to jump into the live chat, answer a few things. I'm not going to take too long. Oh, you can see my mouse on there. You can see where I'm messing with it. That's funny. Let's see. So, Acapella Science. I've not heard of Acapella Science. Tim Blake, Presh Talwalkar, Tipping Point Math. Somebody else said Tipping Point Math, didn't they? Joe the Movie Maker. That's me. Second Thought. I think I have been watching Second Thought. Yeah, they're pretty good. Kurz Gasak, again, millions of subscribers, and I would love to have him on there, but just too big for me right now. Let's see. I wish that it didn't screw up my screen when I go up and down. Sorry about that. Oh, we have questions. Kick Rocks. What happens when we get UBI, Universal Basic Income, and there's a few trillionaires in the world and everybody else has basic income? Are we screwed? I think that income inequality is just something that is in any capitalist society, anything that's not completely communist. You're going to have it. But look, I talk about UBI not because I've got skin in that game. I just think it's one of the solutions that is possible for the lessening of the future disruption that we might be seeing. And I don't know, from my perspective, if you have a few trillionaires and everybody else is still getting by and has enough to live off of, who cares if a few people have too much money, as long as they're not like running everything and they're not using that money to, well, which they would. We already have a situation right now, I think, where it was, what were they saying? I think the 9 wealthiest people in America have more money than the bottom half of America. So I think we're already pretty much there. As far as I'm concerned, as long as the bottom half of people have enough to get by on and can, fend for themselves and aren't living in poverty, then I don't care, personally anyway. Alicia Gardner says hello. Good morning to you too. Isaac Arthur. People just screaming out his name now. You're just gonna scream out Isaac's name. I've heard about the Venus Project. I have very much. I've heard a lot of people, when I started talking about this subject, a lot of people brought up the Venus Project. It's on the list. It's on the list of subjects to talk about. I haven't done a whole lot of research into it. Just basically know that it's there, and I'll be looking more into it, yeah. Yes, I do know Isaac. We did the Great Attractor together. Isaac, by the way, he's like at 98,000 subscribers. He's like just about to get his silver play button, which is crazy. And good for him. I'm totally excited about that. MC's creations. Inequality is what moves people to create technology so they can get more money and get a better life. Without that, technology would stop growing. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, the scientists that are working on new developments, they're not broke. That's not why they continue to push the envelope of science. But yeah, it's a perspective. I get it. The NASA Mars plan, that's also on the table for future videos. Mega Michael 122 says, so we're boned. Well, my friend, that's none of my business whether you're in that position or not, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Let you just feel as boned as you want to be. I slipped into some Jack Nicholson there, sort of. I don't know what this is. Okay. Singing Banana, James Grime. Is that a YouTube channel? It says Devonish Seta. What's the latest from Elon? The latest from Elon is the Model 3 is about to go into production this next month. I'll probably do a video on that because he's going to do a Model 3 reveal. He hasn't announced exactly when yet. But that's going to be news, and I'll want to talk about it. So in the next month or so, should get that. Would I mind upload? Yeah, I would. Sure. Mr. Slit Launch, could you try a podcast with Valentich, German YouTuber, kind of small, 25k subs, basically a German Vsauce. Okay, I'll check it out. Haven't heard of him. Not science, technology. I remember Steve Jobs. Yeah, Bram told me earlier you used a video as a source for a school report. That scares me. A little bit. I hope that worked out for you. I don't get blamed for any bad grades that you got. Just saying. I don't get graded for this, except for all the people that yell and scream at me in the comments. I guess that's sort of a grade. Deep Astronomy. I think I've seen some of their stuff. I need to go back and look. I think I have seen some Deep Astronomy videos. Hi, Joe. Just curious, what type of diet do you eat? So my diet is mostly taken from the 4-Hour Body, which is on my shelf up here, Tim Ferriss book. He calls it the slow carb diet. It's basically lean meats, chicken, fish, and legumes, so like beans, and then vegetables, especially cuniferous vegetables like cauliflower and broccoli and stuff like that. I love it because it's super simple. You can eat all of that you want. By the way, I don't stick to this perfectly. I often go off the rails, but the good point about it is that you have a cheat day every week. So like every Saturday, I just eat whatever. It makes the weekend so much better. But I never feel hungry because you can eat as much of this food as you want. There's just only these specific foods that you can eat. And it's always funny to me whenever I tell people that I am on I don't like to call it a diet because I don't think of it as a diet. It's more like a meal plan. But whenever I tell people that I do that, they're always, I always get this look like, why are you on a diet? You're skinny. I'm not really that skinny. I could be better. But people say that, and I'm like, well, why do you think that is? That's why those kind of go hand in hand, but I like it. It's super simple, and it's healthy, and it keeps me in my pants. It keeps my buttons from flying off, and that's kind of nice. All right, I'm just gonna answer like one or two more things here. Steve Jobs abandoned science in his cancer treatment. Yeah, that was not the smartest thing he ever did. Elon is South African. Yeah, that must be responding to somebody else. He is South African. Mark Russell, hey Joe, do you script out each video? Yes, I do. Casey Neistat tries to do a intro tension resolution template. Do you follow some sort of format? I don't really format. I'm not really on a format for my scripts. Although there's little things that have sort of evolved over time. But I do script out. Well, obviously I'm not scripting this out. You can tell which ones I'm not scripting because I'm talking like that. But my normal Monday videos, yeah, I always script them out. I mean, they follow a basic template of, I try to start with some kind of interesting nugget or a story if I can, that maybe takes, so, when somebody sees the thumbnail and they see the title, whether it's Neuralink or whatever, let's use that for an example, but like if they see that that's what the video is about, I like to kind of come in from the side and not talk, and not just jump in and be like, so Neuralink is this thing that blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's actually against the best practices that I always hear. You probably should just jump in with the main topic, but I usually try to kind of attack from the side a little bit and come in and kind of talk about some ancillary thing or some parallel metaphor or something, but something interesting. That's the big part of it. I want to grab people right off the bat with something interesting. And then, I kind of use that to set up the topic of the video, and then I got my little intro thing that kicks off, and then, but other than that, I really don't have a whole lot of structure. It's really more about, I kind of digest information and then go walk the dog and see how all that information kind of gels together, and put something together from there. And really, for me, it's just about trying to find the most interesting way to present the info. So I don't follow any kind of like, conflict resolution kind of thing. I mean, obviously, if I was scripting out a film, that would be, yeah, obviously that's something that you do for there. But yeah, Casey kind of does his own thing. I've never been as big a Casey fan as some other people. But that's another story. But what tech am I most looking forward to in the next 10 years? I think I talked about this in my lightning round video, but autonomous cars I'm jazzed about, and I'm jazzed about some of the health stuff that's coming along, like the immunotherapy type stuff. I think is really cool. Being able to use our own immune system to fight off diseases by using like modified viruses and stuff like that. But anyway, so I've been going on for about 30 minutes now, and I've got to get to work, and I got to let you guys get on with your day. But this was just a little check-in. I appreciate you guys joining. And if you're watching after the fact and you're watching this all the way through, you're a super fan. You can say banana in the comments if you want to. You don't have to. I'm still getting banana comments every once in a while. Maybe that's going to be a new thing. I don't know. But anyway, long story short, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being a part of this whole channel and everything that's been going on. Like I just keep saying, the growth that I've seen over the last few years, I do attribute it to you guys, and I thank you for that. And I'm working right now on kind of organizing a whole bunch of topics for future videos and getting the rest of the year kind of planned out. So hopefully after the next couple of weeks, which are going to be a little bit of a mess because travel and that kind of stuff, things will be going a lot more smoothly. We'll be having the podcast going on a regular basis and the interviews with the live streams and stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff coming your way. And I'm really excited about it. Hope you are too. I'm going to sign off now. Thanks again, you guys, for joining. Everybody's saying banana and goodbye on there. Thanks for joining, you guys. Have an eye-opening week. See you next time. Love you guys. Take care.